Hello and welcome to Lunchtime News. I'm Madhushka Balasuriya. And now let's take a quick look at your headlines. The American Institute for Transport says that Sri Lankan government hasn't even directed the minimum attention to combat the problem of human trafficking. Actor Jagat Chamila wins an award at the New York International Film Festival. Angelo Matthews comments on Sri Lanka's semi-final defeat to India in the Champions Trophy. And now moving on to these stories in more detail. First up, the Ministry of Health states that 42 persons have died so far this year due to the dengue virus. A senior official at the ministry stated that the number of dengue patients has reached 14,000. Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer of the Colombo Municipal Council, Pradeep Karyawasam, said if measures are not taken to destroy the mosquito breeding grounds in the Colombo municipality area, the dengue virus could spread rapidly during the next few weeks.
We have inspected nearly 20,500 houses. We have also inspected business premises. Legal action has been taken against 550 residences and owners of business premises and 14 state institutions. A large number of dengue patients have been identified in Wanathamulla, Tematogoda and Borella. The reasons for this is improper drainage systems and dengue breeding grounds located at construction sites. Therefore, we will be focusing more attention to these areas and dengue eradication campaigns will be initiated. If the situation cannot be contained, then we will have to face a major dengue epidemic in the next few weeks.
Moving on, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna charges that the government is preparing to introduce a code of ethics for the media in order to contain the massive public protest against the government. General Secretary of the JVP, Tilvin Silva, made this statement at an event held at the Public Library in Colombo yesterday.
The National Student Heroes Day was marked yesterday. A book on the history of the Sri Lanka Students Movement was launched at the event.
මාධ්‍ය සදාචාරය මතක් වෙලා ජනමාධ්‍ය වලට ආචාර ධර්ම කියා දෙන්න මොකද්ද යෝජනා මාලාවක් හදනවා.
A proposal has been formulated to teach the media about ethics. We would like to tell the government that this is not an attempt made to teach the media about ethics. We all know that an anti-government sentiment has been created. Massive public protest campaigns were carried out in the country recently against the increase in electricity tariffs. The government saw a disadvantage in it. Therefore, the government wants to thwart the attempts made by the media in highlighting these anti-government sentiments among the people. They are trying to silence the media. It is better to introduce a code of ethics for ministers before introducing a code of ethics for the media.
පද්ධතිය හඳුන්වා දෙන්න කලින් තමන්ගේ ගෝල බාලයින්ට മന്ത്രിකම් කරන තාලෙ පිළිබඳව ආචාරණ පද්ධතිය හඳුන්වා දුන්නොත් හොඳයි.
The American Institute for Transport says that the Sri Lankan government hasn't even directed the minimum attention to combat the problem of human trafficking. The BBC World Service reported that this was included in a report issued by the institute. The report said that men, women as well as children of ages of about 16 and 17 were trafficked both in and out of the country. The American Institute further pointed out that children with disabilities were being used to beg in the country in a method of illegal earning. And now moving on. The World Health Organization says that Sri Lanka is among the top 7 countries in the world with the highest rates of domestic violence.
In a report issued, the WHO notes that the scale of abuse was highest in Asia, where data from Bangladesh, East Timor, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and Thailand showed 37.7% of women were affected. The WHO blamed taboos that prevent victims from coming forward, failing in medical and justice systems, and norms that mean men and women may see violence as acceptable. The WHO says that more than a third of all women worldwide are victims of physical or sexual violence, posing a global health problem of epidemic proportions. The report further points out that all female homicides, 38% of them are committed by the women's partners, adding that it is a terrible tragedy, adding that these women face a number of problems including broken bones, pregnancy complications, depression and other mental illness.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa has named the members of the committee which will be investigating the Matale mass graves. President Rajapaksa said that investigations into this matter will be conducted in the future. The president made this statement at a meeting with the heads of electronic and print media held at Temple Trees this morning. The three-member committee, headed by former Supreme Court Judge I.S. Imam, includes former Secretary General of Parliament Dhammika Kitulgoda and former High Court Judge Bandula Athapattu. President Secretary Lalit Weerathunga said that the investigation report will be presented to President Rajapaksa within 6 months, adding that the Criminal Investigations Department would also present their investigation report to this committee. Moving on, a general convention titled The Right of the Country for the State or Province was organized by the All Ceylon Buddhist Federation yesterday. The convention was held at the Federation premises.
Things that did not happen so far may happen in the future. This is because the Chief Minister will not be appointed based on our wishes. Ministers and parliamentarians who are formulating projects on Sinhala and Tamil languages should think more about tomorrow than today. National integration will be lost because of what is happening today. If land powers are granted to the north, then national integration will be lost and divisions will be created. The ethnicities will be separated. There will be influencers from countries that support such moves.
Meanwhile, in some entertainment news, actor Jagat Chamila won an award at the New York International Film Festival recently. Jagat Chamila won the Best Actors Award at the New York International Film Festival for his role in Sammy in the film Sammyge Kathawa or Sammy's Story. Jagat was nominated alongside Edward Furlong of the USA, Sebastian Jason of Denmark and Omar Franco of Cuba. The film Sam's Story, directed by Priyankara Vitanachi, was based on the book written by Elmo Jayawardena. Meanwhile, the police say that a blood sample taken from the student who is alleged to have assaulted and injured the head of the legal department of the Navala Open University has been sent to the University of Colombo for testing. The blood sample will be tested to determine the type of tablets consumed by the student.
According to the police, the student is currently receiving treatment at the intensive care unit of the Colombo South Teaching Hospital. Statements have been recorded from 14 persons regarding the assault carried out with the use of a sharp weapon on the head of the legal department of the Navala Open University. The Nugegoda magistrate who arrived at the Colombo South Teaching Hospital and examined the student ordered for the student to be remanded until the 2nd of next month. The student is a doctor from Jaffna. The student has assaulted the head of the legal department Yashodhara Kadirgamathambi on Wednesday afternoon at the Navala Open University.
6 individuals have been taken into custody by the Matale Crimes Division on charges of robbing money, jewellery and gems worth 50 million rupees from a house of a businessman located in the Galgala area in Matale. The police stated that the main suspect connected to the robbery is an army deserter who is a resident of the Sigiri area. The suspects were taken into custody after information was obtained from the main suspect in the case. The suspects are residents of the Veyangoda and Minuwangoda areas. The van used by the suspects to carry out the robbery was taken into police custody, while a motorbike purchased by one of the suspects from the money that was stolen was discovered by the police. Furthermore, another motorbike and a 3-wheeler had also been seized by the police. Investigations are underway to arrest the other suspects involved in the incident. In some cricket news, India beat Sri Lanka by 8 wickets in Cardiff last night to reach the semi-finals of the ICC Champions Trophy, where they will face hosts England. Sri Lankan skipper Angelo Matthews expressed these views at the post-match media briefing.
Match for us. Yeah, it was a bad day at office. Initially Chandimal was not fit. He was not declared fit, and also the toss was very vital. I thought the wicket was swinging and seaming, so the batters were finding it hard to time the ball. It was, especially with the 2 new balls, it was not coming on. It was a bit too pace, and they had a bit of lateral movement. So and also to add salt to the wound, Dilshan's injury. He was batting so well, and unfortunately he got injured as well. So to sum it up, it was a bad day at office.
And that brings us to a wrap of your lunchtime news bulletin. You've been with me, Madhushka Balasurya. Be sure to tune into our 55 bulletins throughout the afternoon. Have a very good day.